Not opened up shit. Give me a sec, I've not opened up stuff. I mean, it is recording, but I've not opened up certain things. Where was it?
Tell me 3, 2, 1, and then say it's not ready. How dare!
It is ready. I'm not ready. There's a difference. What's that
This
thing
was also in
called?
Stormhaven.
There it is. I just needed to open up
makes it
something to
easier.
remind myself of what I said, basically last session. Because I've still not done the thing yet of creating a little channel for recaps. I need to get around to that.
The cap trees.
Yes.
About there?
So, greetings everyone and welcome back to the Deviled Islands. Everyone is so quiet.
Ow!
I hate the fact that I'm about to say everyone is so quiet only to then get the odd voices. So, last time. Are you all done?
No.
We're never done.
Ow, I'm getting attacked by something.
So, last time, you all made it back. Misskiff got her little hat that allows her to commune with everyone via telepathy at the same time. Which I believe is just basically a knitted beanie with a little plate in it.
Mm-hmm.
The Marquis and Cog went over to the ship to start repairing that while everyone else went to the tavern, got flat out drunk for the most part. I mean, when I say flat out drunk, I mean literally in some characters' cases. You all
Hence
managed to...
why Misskiff slept on top of the snake.
Yes, speaking of, you all had your sleeps. Cog stayed in their own room. Trying to think who stayed in which room. It was
Misskiff, Unusor, and Sanna in one room.
Yep. So it was Marquis, Miasma, and Au-Zuk in another with Bloob basically
Bloob was
flat out
also
drunk in a
there.
bucket. Like in one of those wooden bath things that you see. Basically, you just pour them into that. And during the night, Sanna had an odd moment of thinking that the little creature that she was curled up around was bigger. And I'm trying to remember if she did wake up to actually see that or not, or if she just felt it.
She did, and then she just decided to close her eyes.
Yep.
Because her coils were wider as well.
So essentially put, she saw what seemed to be a more humanoid-looking Misskiff.
Bigger
Yeah.
and more humanoid looking. Like a ferret folk instead of just a sable folk instead of just a sable.
Essentially, but... And then in the morning, you all gathered up where the old lady that you've been helping out was there with some information that she'd been gathering up. Essentially put, Damodar has been making moves, making plays. And some of that is getting himself 7 generals. Or 7,
Or 7 convenient mucks for the party to dispatch, like Infinity Gems.
Kind of. And you were given slight descriptions and rough whereabouts of where they are. And since Santa wasn't here last time, I will quickly go over them again for his sake. So, you had... She did mention that they're all based on the 7 deadly sins as well. So you had one of them uh, residing on the planet of Ohiri, which represents pride. You had Sloth representing on the planet of Sonoria, representing Sloth, which Bloob pointed out was potentially something to do with their homeland. There is Greed, which doesn't have its own planet, but rather it is a fleet of Spelljammer ships traveling through wild space. You have Gluttony, which doesn't have a planet it resides on because it travels from planet to planet, and whichever planet it leaves is essentially destitute of all life and all organic matter, essentially, but it's just a barren rock.
Huh.
You had Wrath, which is actually been a bit more cited just purely because it is on this planet you're on at the moment, aka Terra. But it has been seen to be blinking in and out of reality. And then you have Lust on the planet Voitov. And last but not least, Envy, and this one will probably catch the Marquis's ears a bit more. Envy is on the Rock of Braal, aka the place with the giant Giff population. After giving that information, she essentially left you all to decide which one you wanted to tackle first between yourselves. And she went off, and there was some stuff that happened in a scene, but we're not talking about that because it's not relevant to the plot right now.
Misskiff also voiced her concerns about randomly just going out and killing people.
Did she?
It's basically, yeah, she did. She voiced reservations about all of this.
To which most of the party went, but murder.
Pretty much. She voiced her concerns about going out and essentially just becoming hitmen. Going after and killing people.
Yeah. So,
Because Misskiff is chaotic good. She's not a big fan of just outright murder.
oh, there was also the thing that Ranna did bring up earlier as well, in that you were also warned of two other things in space. Essentially put, you were told that there is indeed a fleet of nautiloids that have been seen patrolling, and you was also warned if you see a tent floating in space, do not approach it.
Because if Leigh does not put space clowns in every game, she will implode. Which I respect entirely.
I almost played a space clown, so
Space clowns to Leigh are just more drawn to me. They will show up. It's inevitable because I love them. They're my boys.
so
Malabal
we've
Ball.
we've talked quite a bit about what's going on. Have we talked yet, or were we just told? Like, have we not decided which one we're going after first?
You've not decided yet.
We were told. But... Hmm. I'm still not sure.
All right. Well,
We're
you've
free of
got.
him. Do we have to keep going after him?
Well, if he's got generals, it means he's building an army. If he's building an army, it means he's planning for conquest. If he's planning for conquest, then you're probably not free of him. I mean, me and Karg are, but we live for experiences.
I'm also not really comfortable just going out and, well, killing people.
Well, is there anything that says we have to kill them?
I'm guessing if they're going to, help
I
him build his
mean,
army, it's a given.
Well, not really. About 50% of warfare tactics in battle is taking captives, normally individuals in a high ranking position of the army. Also, by the sounds of it, quite a few of these are not people, but either planet destroying plagues, militaries that are already slaughtering innocents, or monstrosities ripe for the hunting.
Mm.
I don't know if that eases your conscience at all. I'm not entirely sure what Sable defines as people in this context.
I'm still a person.
I mean, politely. It's all good having reservations, but do you want to be the one to tell a Dragonborn we're taking the pacifistic route?
Mm, I don't think I could physically stop him. He doesn't seem that smart.
Between
I
you and
think
me, I agree on
Just-
that.
I think
But
you were cutting. I think you were cutting Uno a bit short. Street's not smart, no, but in way of tactics and battle, I get the feeling that our acquaintance, our reptilian acquaintance, is rather talented. To be quite honest.
he's a
Hmm.
follower of dragons. He can't be that smart.
I mean, even the smartest of people can be manipulated, I suppose. I,
See,
I do
I don't.
have. Oops, sorry. Go on.
I was just gonna say, well, I don't think he's like dumb, dumb. I do think that there would be ways to convince him otherwise.
Oh, most certainly. I don't believe our savage acquaintance can lacks reason. I think he's quite reasonable. So long as there is a fight. I don't know if it's got to be a fight to the death with him, but in that though, I do have reservations about flat out massacring. I'm not going to go out of my way just to butcher them. If there's a way around executing them on the spot, gladly. I will fight them if need be. And I get the feeling that we may very well need to fight them. But and if I may, your reservations, you don't want to be used as a hitman, but some of them are destroying entire worlds. Um,
Less of a hitman, more of a hero, really.
Hmm.
Well, I consider myself something of a strategist. I will
Oh,
kill if
wonderful.
necessary and will leave them alone otherwise. I let the situation dictate the punishment.
Exactly, I agree with that. No, I do have a temper, I will state, and that temper may sometimes go a little bit arranged, but I do agree with you, Au-Zuk. Au-Zuk or Au-Zuk?
Au-Zuk.
I think Au-Zuk. Okay, I've been worried that I've been mispronouncing it this entire time. Happy that I can fix that. Um, in that, Cog,
Hmm.
do you have any issues with doing this, or has Cog told the party about the illithids?
I mean, the granny lady did say it while everybody else was there.
Oh, okay.
Let's say there was
Um,
illithids, yeah.
Marquis will look at him. A fleet of illithids, and one of the generals happens to be a fleet of ships. Coincidence, perhaps, but what do you think, Cog?
Mm, is a good possibility.
And if I may be very clear, for the most part, illithids as a culture and a society, there are some that are beyond that reach. But if such a fleet exists, good intentions are probably not on their best mind.
Hmm. Oh no. The thing is, before this, I'd never really been and fought nobody. Before all of this. It's just me and Granny No One.
I don't envy your position. You have definitely been thrust into this life rather than taking it. I confess that perhaps I do not empathize with this, but I understand that it has been given to you rather than taken.
Hmm.
Take your time. No one is forcing you to make decisions quicker than you need to.
Oh no. Actually, I was going to suggest if there was one such situation here on this realm, that we might investigate it sorry, apologies, a bit, and see what exactly this entails. Maybe that will support, not necessarily engage this wrath, but to gauge what, if we were to accept such a task, what we might be up against. That way we can decide if this is truly something that we wish to do.
Yeah, that was the thing too. Just other than him kind of, trapping us, do we really want to go up against someone who's basically a god?
God, in my experience, is another word for someone with a lot of power but not a lot of intelligence. Minus a few that I've had good conversations with. And oftentimes I find that those with power but lack of the intelligence are the most fun to go up against.
Hmm. Most stuff I've ever fought was like snakes in Granny No One's gardens
I mean,
until we fought those bandits.
if we are fighting against a bunch of generals of the literal serpent himself, is this just not a improvement from fighting snakes? I mean, is he not the ultimate snake in the garden?
I mean, it's not really the same though, is it? They're people.
I mean, if you can talk with animals, technically speaking, snakes are people too.
That is true. It's just
I
according
can't
to
talk
what
with
side they're on.
animals.
I suppose then I must ask, if these people are harming other people, if they're going to great lengths to kill, to destroy entire worlds, and this is complicated. You don't have to have an answer. I'm not even entirely sure I do, and I've been around for quite a long time. But in these situations, should we not act and at least attempt our best at saving those that we can?
I guess so. Guess I'm just. I don't really know if I'm strong enough for that.
Hmm. Strength.
Hmm?
Strength is a tricky question.
Plus,
You
I'm
want to
very
ask me?
little. What could I do?
What could you? You're very little. Cog's little as well, and look at what Cog can do.
Hog's not little though.
To a hippo, everyone is. Um,
I'm
I
very
mean,
little.
you're very little. That doesn't mean anything. That just
I
means you're
mean,
a harder target for the enemy to hit.
gnomes are small and they do a lot.
That's
I'm like
true.
13 inches tall.
So,
Like significantly smaller than a gnome.
what I'm getting here is confidence issues, and my dear, you have nothing to be unconfident about. You were shooting at hellhounds, bandits.
remember
I'm
the
not
hellhound.
entirely. I do remember the hellhound. It was fun.
I wasn't there for the hellhound.
Yeah, you had left. But I've got you're lacking in you, and I can stand you not agreeing to want to kill people, but I can't stand you not giving yourself enough credit for what you are able to do as an individual. Just because you are small does not mean that you are not strong. I mean, look at Zook here. Zook is, by my standard, I don't know about Koboldian standards, but by my standards, he's rather smaller than me, and yet I get the good image that Zook would be a good fight to have.
Oh, I return.
He's
Welcome
stuck.
back. Welcome back. But yes,
Oh.
I
He
don't
summoned
think
him.
there's a saying, my dear, which is, what is it, Cog? Destructive things come in small packages. Yes. Anywho, all it takes is just about maybe. How tall are you, How tall are you, my Sable friend?
If you don't include my tail, I'm about 13 inches
Yes,
tall.
that's about the length of a stick of dynamite. So yeah, and a stick of dynamite can certainly do damage, and it's small.
I don't explode.
No, but point
Yet.
Yet.
still stands. Just because you're small, yet that's true. Um,
I'm still learning magic. I could explode yet.
that's true. Plus, you've got magic.
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit, but that's still more than you're cutting yourself short, and I will not abide by that. I will abide by moral issues, but I will not abide by cutting yourself short. Um, in that, though, I personally would like to at least investigate one of them, see what we're up against, and whether or not it is a situation that truly requires the assistance of strangers, and if it is something that is indeed worth it. And I think the best might be Wrath, as he's the one upon this planet.
He's the closest.
Yes, the closest. That's my thoughts. I will do whatever everybody else requires.
I I'll try. I don't know really what I'm doing.
Nobody knows what they're doing. That's the point of it. And if anybody ever tells you that they know what they're doing, well, they are in fact dumber than a drunken Giff on the Raka Brawl. Just gonna put that out there. And we can get very dumb when we're very drunk.
So,
The law on that damn stone, by the way, that's all about us getting drunk. Sorry, I interrupted.
while this conversation is going on, can you all please make me a perception check?
Perception.
Jack, can you make us a perception check, please?
Hang on, we'll just load again. Flum out.
Okay. We may need your assistance. Everyone else has failed.
It's like,
Thank you
Jack,
for
make
getting.
perception. It's like, Jack made a perception check. Oh, nom nom.
Thank you for getting at least double digits.
I mean, my perception taste is like off the charts.
So,
Oh, yes.
they're having this discussion.
Wait, was this to do with scent or hearing?
Hearing.
Okay, then I would have advantage.
Roll again.
Because, keen
You better-
senses.
Better goddamn
No.
fail after making. Yeah, we need you. And go on.
Yeah, that is still a fail. Just about a fail, though. But, Au-Zuk, you hear a bit of discussion going off from one of the other nearby tables. A group of people are gathered around. They're discussing what sounds like the destruction of a few towns, essentially put, as well as, as well as a few other locations, but it seems to be they're discussing that there might be a pattern to it.
We'll listen in.
Okay. They'll mention a few places. Nowhere really catches your ears of anywhere that you've really heard of this place, obviously. But they do keep mentioning that they seem to arrive out of nowhere, lay waste to the place, and then they're gone before anyone can stop them. And that does kind of ring a bell with what you heard about Raph, with the blinking in and out of existence.
Just gonna cough to the party. I'm not actually gonna cough because I can't. Just I do believe they are talking about Raph right now. Matches all what we've been told about him.
Yeah.
You do see
Which
a
is-
small group of people over on a nearby table discussing it.
Ah, wonderful. Marquis
I'll
is
just-
gonna
She'll hop
walk
over to the
there.
table.
Okay.
Of course. All the
Just in their
wisdom.
heads.
Gathered around this table, you would see 4 people. You would see among these people what seems to be a small gnome, a small male gnome, a kind of, I won't say elderly, but definitely past middle-aged human, like a
Yeah.
Edge,
Yeah.
Valor,
Yeah.
Demon Valor.
Okay.
They're not really cool.
Yeah.
Very
Ah, yes. You see
Oh.
a Balor sat at the table.
in hell in a cell. But no, you see what seems to be a past middle-aged, a dark-skinned human sat at the table as well as what seems to be a large ogre,
Him make him fall off the cell.
something horrible.
a large
Fine.
male ogre, I should say, and the 4th member sat at the table. Makes you do a bit of a double take, as you realise it's a monkey.
Monkey.
Just in their heads. Just like,
Hello.
just staring up at
They
them.
all
on
just
their-
kind of
I've
freeze
literally
up.
jumped onto their table. And I'm stood there.
Okay. They just kind of freeze up and look down. The ogre just, I think it's got a pest problem in here.
Problem? What
What
the hell are you talking
Gentlemen.
about?
You're not a,
No
Gen-
pest.
are you not a rat?
No.
Ooh.
I'm a sable.
I thought that were a kind of gem.
Well, the sable is a kind of type of gem, but it's also a type of
Scroll?
animal. No.
Weasel.
Ah, don't get many of them.
He's upset.
Wait,
More of a
the
Martin,
the
but-
the human will just go. That's your first question, and not the fact that it's speaking.
My friend, speaking animals is nothing strange.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, I'm a giant hippo person. You're a simian Homo sapien. This here, I am going to assume is it a Hado Z or is it just straight up a monkey person?
It's just a monkey.
This is a monkey.
Yes,
Can it talk?
he'll just look up at you, slowly sip the cup of tea that's been placed before it, and then it starts to do hand signs.
Talking is talking.
Monkey is talking.
Ah,
Is it talking
Uh,
thieves' cant?
No, it's not talking thieves' cant.
Monkey.
Oh, because I can do thieves' cant.
It is,
Dungeons and Dragons sign language.
Is it just sign language?
yeah, it's sign language.
Oh, then in that case, the Marquis is doing sign language back.
Essentially, Bertie goes, I could speak in my own way.
Yeah, the Marquis
I'm
nods at
speaking
this.
directly into your noggins.
Same.
As long as it's
Yes.
speaking, and that's the only thing you're doing in our minds. But,
No, not doing anything else.
Poking around would be rude.
but the biggest
I don't
question,
have that spell yet.
so why are you here?
We heard
Interrupting
you
our
talk about
food.
We
We heard you
overheard
talk
you
about some
talking.
destroyed places.
Yes, we overheard you talking about some rather interesting things, and we were a little bit curious. What we heard about something flipping into existence and destroying some towns?
They're just gonna look to you. Look to the others who are still over at the other table, finishing off the food. And I'll go roll a group perception on them.
Oh, no.
Then they look
Kind
back
of
to you.
only.
Are you with them, lot?
Hey lot.
At the other table?
Other table? What other table? Which other table? What table are you talking about?
That one over there with the large dragon. And
Unusor?
and the snake lady. And the
Oh,
blob.
yes, we're with.
We've just
with
declared their name. I suppose that's more of an answer than anything.
Yeah,
And,
there's. Yes.
and
Why?
isn't that Miasma?
You know Miasma?
Yeah, she helped us out a few years back. Well, back on the island.
Island.
GL. Don't know if you've heard of it before. Kind of secluded in
No.
its own little area.
Oh,
I've been 2 places in my life until now.
It had such wonderful gargoyles. They were great at tea. But yes.
Oh, so you know about Turtle Bay Landing.
Been there a couple times, yes. The gargoyles, I don't think, took too kindly to a giant metal turtle warping into the city's airspace. It scared them the first time, and then the next couple times, we good conversations all around.
They took even less kindly to that abomination warping in and out.
Mm,
Wait, what abomination?
Hmm.
You should probably tell the story. You were there for it. And you just see the gnome just kind of clear his throat and remove his little beret. I was
Is this
just
the note one with whose nose they were threatening to cut off?
Oh my
no,
god, it
no,
is.
it's not. It's not that gnome. It's Mitty, the other gnome that lived there.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. It's still there though. Yules saved it. Yules has her. He's already on the mountain.
Well, it was just a normal day. We were just off doing our normal things. I was preparing to open up shop for the day, and then this tear in reality opens. It's the only way I can describe it, really. Uh, I managed to catch a glimpse of what lay beyond it before the figure came out. Warping, shifting colors, trees bending all sorts of different ways. It was weird.
Now fall under my desk,
Wait,
you
wait,
little bastard.
Sorry, was it the figure that was warping, shifting colors, or the rip in reality?
The place beyond the rip.
Sounds
What
wild.
colors?
Oh, the colors.
All the colors. Oh, great. That's probably the astral sea, isn't it?
Make me a wisdom check, I'd guess, for this.
Okay. Oh,
While there are shifting colors indeed in the astral sea, there's no trees in the astral sea by itself. He did mention the
Oh,
trees are shifting
he
and
did
moving on
mention.
their own.
Great. Feywild.
the
Yep.
Feywild?
It definitely sounds a lot more like the Feywild to you.
We're fighting a Fey.
And
The
then
Feywild?
this creature came through. Kinda looks a bit like her, your snake friend. Well, at least from the waist down, it looks like her.
You auntie?
I don't know if that's a term for it. More like a lamia or a naga, I guess. Snake lower half.
Wait. You said Lamia. It was female then?
No, male, I think.
Oh, male.
I don't know, it's hard to tell with the upper half being as warped as it was.
Arms.
4 of them.
Mm.
I don't know anything about Lamias and Nagas.
Odd
Is
patches.
he
I
just
Odd
is he
patches.
just describing Damodar?
No, he's not. Because
Okay,
he does
cool.
then
Just
go on
wanted to
to,
make sure.
There is a race of demon soldiers of Yurd and Bersanda.
he does then go on to,
Yeah, but I did want to make sure.
he does then go
Yeah.
on to mention that this creature also has patches of fur every now and again.
Oh, that's weird.
Every now and then, and so he's changing. He's constantly in flux.
Indeed.
Oh, wonderful. Where exactly? Where are we? Did we ever figure out where this town is? Sorry, we had a little bit of dimension warping issues. How far away did this happen?
Oh, the island's quite a bit away. We've been doing traveling ever since, Turtle Bay Landing fell.
Hmm. Oh, he destroyed Turtle Bay Landing.
Indeed.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's sad.
Last thing we heard when we got on the ship and leaving were just high-pitched screaming from the top of the mountain.
Who's it got?
And since then, there's been reports of it on the mainland. Not the screaming, the beast, of course. Pops
I
in,
don't know.
destroys what's around, and then pops away.
Wait,
I don't
where
know
on the
much
mainland?
about.
Oh, sorry.
He will pull out
That's okay.
he will pull out what seems to be a map and just lay it down, and you will see what seems to be quite clearly a path of X's going across from the island onto the mainland, where it seems to hit a small place, what seems to be a church, oddly enough, and then just going on from there, hitting towns and cities.
In
Oh.
any pattern?
Just seems to be going in one straight line, essentially. But
Oh, goody.
That's
Congratulations, it took you all this long to work this out. Well done, Farmers Communion.
I don't know much about snake people, but Granny Nolan used to talk about the Feywild.
is
Used
that
to talk about it a lot, actually.
The new expertise will come in quite handy in this.
Well, I've only ever been 2 places, so she told me a lot about it. The city I was born, and Granny Nolan's house, and well, now here. So before this, I've only ever been 2 places.
see the issue with it is if you follow the line going across, this
BRB.
town should have been next. This little village should have been next in the path. But it would have been here a couple of days ago if that was the case. But nothing.
At that point, I have to question why you're still here. But that's not the point now, is it?
Because we need to try and figure out what this thing is to try and stop it.
You're very brave farmers.
We're not farmers exactly. He'll gesture over to the gnome. I'm trying to remember what the gnome did. I'm trying to remember what Mitty did. I think you were like a map
Didn't he-
maker or something, weren't he?
Oh, was he? I was going to say, wasn't he the owner of the casino?
No, that's the bigger city.
Hmm.
Uh,
I thought they were city in.
I think he was a
Oh,
map
it
maker.
was, yeah.
He's like, so he's a map maker. Our ogre friend here was a bouncer for one of the bigger cities on there. It's basically brought him along as protection. And he'll just slowly look over to the monkey.
Monkey.
He's a tax collector.
Oh,
my
that
friend.
monkey.
He looks at the monkey Well, congratulations, you now have the ability to find a new occupation. One that maybe people would be a lot more loving of your work. Well, if he's heading here, then I suppose we just stay here.
Well, that's the thing. He should have been here. He should have been here already. We've been here for the past couple of
Why
weeks.
isn't it?
Hmm.
Because, as I said, if you follow the pathway, there are places that have been skipped over. It's like he doesn't have control over where he emerges from. It's just happening in a straight line.
Wait, hold on. When you saw him emerge,
Yes,
was there a gateway? Or was it a rip?
a rip. Like he
A
tore
rip.
through it himself.
And he wasn't using a gateway?
The normal just shake his head. No. I saw it myself. Everything was normal.
Mhm.
Then there was a ripple, just quite literally in the middle of the air. Then fingers tore through literally the thin air itself and ripped open a giant hole as it came through.
Has he hit any places after this town?
Uh, After where we're at the moment, or after the island?
Where we're at now.
We've not heard any calls about it yet.
Well, I've got a plan, but I'm going to wait till later to talk about it. If anybody else wishes to ask questions, but I've got an idea that, although risky, might be able to assist in pinpointing this bastard.
So does anyone have any other questions?
Did attack a church, you said?
Yes, it seems to be a case of he's not targeting places in general. It's just wherever he comes into, he will lay waste to it. Be that a large city, a small village, or even just a singular building.
There could be some sort of religious aspect.
There is the one other oddity about this.
Oh.
As you may have noticed, we're still alive. While he does destroy everything in his path, as long as you stay out of the path, you're fine. It's less as if he's going to destroy everything there, and more.
Back.
What's the term
Not
you put for it?
mindless.
The noble just kind of points to you, go. Exactly, it's like he's searching for something.
Hmm. Wonder what that could be.
Not sure. Can't be a place if he's just appearing randomly and then destroying everything. It has to be some kind of item or some person, maybe.
Oh my. Now that is interesting. What would a entity from the Feywild bent on annihilating a city to find something be looking for? Who, what, when, where, why?
That's why we're trying to track him down to see if we can get some idea on this.
I see.
Add on to that, what was it that you pointed out? And they all go just like, oh, he has a pretty stone.
A stone.
Uh, Red and shiny.
Red and shiny stone. It does not. Does that catch anybody's attention? A red and shiny stone?
Would I know anything about this?
Uh, just make me a general wisdom check.
All of us or just one of us?
I mean, Misskiff got it anyway. Sounds like a ruby.
Ruby?
Yeah. like a gemstone, but not like you gemstone, like a gemstone. Don't talk.
A ruby.
Redstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It sounds like he had a ruby.
it was shining, like glowy, like someone put a fancy light in it.
Hmm.
Was it shining while he was coming through the while he was coming through the rip in reality? Did it ever stop shining?
No,
And that might be
Interesting.
channeling it. Might be what he's using to rip through.
Might be why he's having to skip certain places and has to charge.
Hmm.
But if he's destroying stuff, could that be the raft they're talking about?
Oh, I've already assumed it's the Wrath, yes. It sounds
And the
like it.
question
Blind
is,
Wrath.
who's hunting it?
What is it hunting? Yes, that is a good question. Well, not hunting. This is not a hunt, it is a search. A hunter does not destroy everything in its path to reach its prey. Only someone that's looking for something attempts to clear an entire room to find it. Which means he's desperate. If he's going
He
to such great
really
lengths to
wants what
find
he's
it,
looking for.
he really wants what he's looking for, that's true. So is it a place, a person, or a thing? If he's destroying everything in his path, it's not a place. And if he is destroying everything in his path, then if it is a person, they're a very durable person.
Hmm.
Same, if it's a thing, it's a very durable thing. I'm going to assume it's not a very big thing. I'm going to assume it's a small thing. Maybe another jewel, maybe another stone, but that's a hypothesis. We've got no evidence of what the thing actually
Maybe he
is.
needs something else to get the. He's looking for something else to just force the gate open permanently.
That leads on to my plan. Not far from this town, there is the gateway. I
Gateway.
was going to suggest that maybe we go into the Feywild, do a little bit of searching for him,
you.
or
We
we
could.
open a doorway for him. If he's having to rip through reality, he'll probably like the fact that we might be inviting him in through the gateway.
As you do say that, you will hear a no coming over from your table.
No.
I don't think Miasma likes that idea.
Not the Feywild.
Okay, then we won't go into the Feywild. I'm not going to force anybody. But on that, though,
Uh, yeah, you know quite a bit about the Feywild, Au-Zuk, for your travels, and pretty much it doesn't matter which world, which planet, or anything you're from. There's always a Feywild presence every now and again. It,
oh yeah, it's just another
it's
reality.
pretty much.
Granny, no one said that it's a bad place to go if you're not from there.
It is certainly a place that you have to prepare for, and we are not prepared.
Yes, I have to keep in mind that I am traveling with a bunch of people that are not used to traveling to such places. Cog, could you next time remind me when I make such a suggestion?
Hmm. Try to remember.
Yes. When I first met Cog, I accidentally brought them into the abyss with me. That was a fun day. On that then, maybe we just open the door for him. See if he'll come through.
There's a slight issue.
Or we follow the line.
There's a
What's the
slight.
slight issue?
The Marquis said, "Why don't we open the door?" The Marquis doesn't believe in doors.
There's a difference
Sorry,
between gate and door.
Gate. Yes, there's a difference between the gate and the door. Thank you kindly. I do believe in gateways. Doors are another matter. Anyways, a rip and tear in reality, a door in reality is just a conceptual idea. If we're going to get really philosophical about it, it's still a hole. In that context, though, that or we just follow the line and see if we see anything interestingly suspicious that a multi-dimensional, physically shifting monstrosity might be searching for. No matter how fast he's traveling, I imagine Loretta will be able to travel several times faster than them. How are the repairs going, by the way, Cog?
I do believe those are done.
Oh, wonderful. It'll be great.
Eh.
But here I am just doing, babbling on. Perhaps we should return to our table and think about this a little bit more.
If you do manage to find
Get
any
more
information on this one, let us know, would you?
Mhm. Oh, we gladly will. Yes.
And if we find out anything, we'll try and let you know. It sounds like
Wonderful. And what are your names?
the normal speak up. I'm Mitty. Uh, that one there is. God, I can't remember the names. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you look back on old episodes, motherfucker.
It's not just that. It's like, if I recall right, I used to do the Devil Darlings on my old laptop. I don't think
Yep.
I've got the name files on here.
We'll just pretend they all said, and we'll remember as
Yes.
the Mitty group.
The Mitty group.
The Mitty group.
Getting down to the
as-
Mitty gritty.
Prices,
I guess you're
prices,
mitigating it all.
Shut the fuck up, only I may make puns.
What are you
Jesus,
talking
that was
about?
way
He
more aggressive.
constantly
Anyway,
interrupts games with puns.
I do. You all love me for it, right?
Yeah, but Leigh interrupts
Yeah,
games with
we love you
puns
for
all the
Oh, yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah, you do, muff.
Lies and slander.
Lice,
And there's-
lice, and slender.
Lies and slander.
So, you head back to the table where the rest are just about finishing up their meal. So, I suppose you've got a plan then. And,
Ah, something to do with creature from the Feywild?
so it is that one then we're doing then.
Someone's just been through here, motherfucker.
Oh,
I mean,
Sorry.
it is a public tavern. People do tend to go through here.
Yeah.
I've got to wait 10 minutes. Sorry, go on. Continue. Continue the game. Ignore my ramblings.
That's
So, what's the plan then?
well in line.
You would know that there is a sizable town. Probably like, if you were traveling on foot over your wheel, it'd be a couple of days' travel. Via giant flying metal turtle, you could probably be there like just after midday.
Yeah, I imagine we're probably going to take turtle.
Yes, as the turtle flies, the best means of travel. Anybody have issue with flying?
no.
Good.
So you gather up your people,
Mm.
and I'm assuming you're heading over to the ship.
Yes, as we do though, Zook,
Au-Zuk.
Yes, Au-Zuk. You have magical abilities, yes.
Yes.
Do you have anything that can detect fey or demonic fiendish entities?
No.
No, alrighty. You are not what I
My
thought
magic
you-
has been honed over a long time to allow me to master combat. I have never been an investigator.
No, that's combat will be good. I do get the feeling that we may have to fight this. If someone's life is in danger, we may very well have to. Misskiff,
Mm?
um,
Yeah?
you're magic as well. You don't happen to have anything that would be able to detect a Fey entity? I doubt it. I think your magic's a little bit different than the one that I'm thinking.
Um, no, I don't. I do a lot of magicy mind things.
Yes, you do a lot of magic and mind things, and I know you don't, Cog.
Mm.
So it looks like we're going to wait for this thing to show up. Luckily, it doesn't appear to be in the Department of Stealth. So
I
we'll
mean,
see
it'd
it
be
before
hard
it
to
sees
miss
us.
it.
However, it does imply a thought, that it does imply that this creature, this entity, knows where it is on our plane of reality compared to the Feywild, which I'm assuming the gym helps with.
Probably.
Which
Maybe it's tracking something that's moving.
that's my thought. And if that's the case, and it does show up, and we do get into a fight, aim for the gym first.
Hmm.
The most we can do is at least strand it in a strange reality that it has no clue about. It's having to rip the reality. That means it doesn't know how to use the pathways. Dumb
Mm.
fuck.
So, uh, Misskiff, perception check if you would.
Okay. Do I get advantage?
Uh,
Does it pertain to scent or hearing?
no.
Okay,
This would be
so
visual.
normal then. Understood.
What
One
do your
moment.
eyes see?
What do your sable eyes see?
Which is funny because sables are actually very good at perception. They are very visual hunters.
They are, but you don't see it.
No.
Oh, yes, Misskiff, the Sable telescope.
All you do get though is just the oddest feeling like you're
Oh god!
being
Oh god! I'm
watched.
gonna die! I'm gonna die! I survived.
Yeah, you get the oddest feeling of that you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna die.
It's the fucking bird again.
It's like
Oh god, another bird! No, not a bird. Alright. There's something feels off, guys.
Oh,
How so?
I feel that something's watching us.
Marquis is going to look around.
Perception check.
will as well.
Perception checks if you would. Okay. Au-Zuk, you can't see it either. Not that you're really caring too much, I guess. You're just there, just like, wait, and then you just check. Yep, no, you still got your bottle on you that you bought. Everything's good in the world. Cog and Tom, however. Cog and Marquis.
Mm-hmm.
As you're looking around, you do just faintly catch the briefest of golden wing flashes as something just flies off.
Thus.
Birds. I hate birds.
Golden bird.
Birds?
Probably not a bird, probably a sprite.
Maybe.
Sprites. Birds. What's the difference? They both try to carry you off and kill you.
The difference is a bird only plans to eat you, the sprite plans to torture you.
Unless we're talking about this beverage.
Ooh, yes, the beverage.
Fuck's sake. Space,
Yes.
space bright.
Yes, space sprite. Sprite. It's space sprite. You know that popular drink that vampires like to drink.
So is Sprite
That's
as
right.
Spirates.
He's always brightest before dawn.
You can fuck right off.
But yes, you do eventually make it to the ship.
Yes.
And as you do approach, you, Marquis and Cog, you're already used to this. You're fine. However, the rest of you, as you do approach, see what seems to be a bunch of lights just all go off at the same time. As the head of the ship, resembling a large turtle, just slowly raises up from the ground and turns to stare at you all.
Is it meant to do that?
Yes.
Immediately enthusiastically petting Loretta.
It opens up its eyes, and it will just look over you all slowly, and you see what seems to be like a red beam just scan.
Mm.
And then its eyes, ding, go into like a vibrant emerald green. And it just leans in at the head pats.
That's not a very, that doesn't
Loretta.
feel like a comforting display.
Oh, it's the most
mean-
comforting of displays.
Loretta did get their eyes and tongue gouged out. Understandable.
Yes, she's a little bit defensive at the moment. On that note, though, Loretta, my dear, we're about to take off. These are some new acquaintances that will be riding with us. This is the small one, Misskiff. Try not to scare her too much; she might explode. And then less small one, and then also the dinosaur and the snake and the kitty cat.
Guest rooms.
It just
And I feel like
nods.
I'm forgetting one more.
It-
Oh yes, the bucket.
It's a bucket.
Oh,
It
Giff?
tilts its head at the mention of the bucket.
Oh, you mean Bloob?
Oh yeah, they are still in the bucket.
They are not in the bucket anymore. They are sober.
Ah,
You know you're never going to be forgotten for anything but the bucket, right? That's you
Yeah,
now.
it's an
You're the
entity
bucket
in the
man.
bucket. I forgot its name.
Hey.
boop.
You are also forgetting one other one.
So the bucket one.
Unusor?
Snake lady?
No, the small little plush thing that's hovering
And
behind you
also,
all.
the bucket has.
Oh, Bean!
Oh yeah.
Wait. That's a thing. I thought it was just a backpack.
No,
No,
it's a thing.
No,
You
well,
didn't
yes,
see it running
this
around?
thing. I don't know what its fucking name is, but it's got a name, I imagine, and I'm gonna
Bean.
name it what it looks like, and I'm going to name it
Its name's
Legume.
Bean.
It's just gonna look
Bean.
over you all. Look at the new people.
You know,
And
I
you
think
all,
Raka's here.
you all hear an echoed voice. Adding to database.
No!
Misskiff.
Ah,
Designated. Sable. Small. Furry.
Yeah, fairy.
Error. Slight error.
Only a slight one.
just bypass the error. It's fine.
Adding. Au-Zuk. Kobold. Green. Slight error.
Kobold.
Slight error.
Why am I in error?
Are you not green?
Kobold
course I'm
.exe
green.
not working?
Adding. I believe you. I'll just go off the idea that you said then. Adding. Sanna. You aren't Tiefling. You aren't Tiefling. You aren't Tiefling. Yeah.
We don't judge people based on how their parents decided to have sex with. Okay, Loretta?
Bypassing.
Yes.
Adding Bloob. Plasmoid. Adding Bernard the Third. Hamster.
It's just a hamster.
How have you gone this far without saying error? I'm impressed.
Royalty.
Well, it is from the Astral Sea. Plasmoids do come from where we come from, so.
Plasmoid. Blue. Translucent. Formless. Bernard III. Hamster. Royalty.
Is it really? Is it just? I thought it was a spice hamster. I was so convinced.
Adding. Bean.
Huh.
There's just like a. As they try to add bean. Unknown
Just
species.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Adding. Miasma. Tabaxi. Fey touched. Cursed. Adding Unusor. Dragon. Kin. Dragon. Bone. Error.
I think it's a Dragonborn.
I think it's having a stroke.
Dragon
Just
label works
call
fine.
it. Just call it a dinosaur.
Adding. Alert. Warning. Warning. Alert.
Hmm?
What?
Hmm?
What's wrong?
Unknown presence. Unknown figure. Alert.
Unknown figure?
Where?
What do you mean?
I'm not going to lie, I'm already beginning to hate this thing. Not that I think it's its fault.
Your
This-
robot ship makes me uncomfortable.
The script.
Actually, the robot ship is currently making me uncomfortable as well. Marquis is looking around for the unrecognized entity.
Descriptive. Badger. Spiritual.
Oh,
Badger.
it's a,
There's a
a
badger. Yep.
familiar?
Yep, you see the nanny's
Badger's a-
badger just sat there staring at you all.
Oh, hopefully this
Are
it
you
won't try to eat
spying
me.
on us?
It shakes its head
It's a
and just drops something into the grass.
Wait.
Seems to be a small
Picks up.
oval stone.
I'll pick it up.
As soon as you pick it up, it begins to glow. Hello, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Am I coming through?
Hello.
Hello there, Misskiff.
Oh.
I figured you would need some way to keep in contact just in case. So I had my familiar come and drop off a stone.
Cinderstone.
Oh god, it's
Ascending
begun.
stone.
Oh god, it's begun. Oh god, it's
Hi,
begun.
Waffleberg would
God.
like to order an extra large pepperoni pizza. Hello, can you hear Waffleberg?
Who's that?
Waffleberg's very concerned.
God,
I'm very
it's
concerned as well, so I
begun.
just broke into my house.
Waffleberg does not even belong to this reality. Waffleberg does not know where he is.
Look, I know that we've not done Dark Tides of Runeterra for a month. Doesn't mean Waffleberg can invade every game.
Waffleberg will invade this game so long as he can avoid fighting void creatures.
So, sure, but just let us know if you need any help, and I'll try and send someone over or something along the lines.
I got vibes from you.
You got what?
Are you like Granny No One? You do magicy stuff too.
Obviously, I have a familiar.
Yeah, but are you like Granny No One? Because she wasn't a normal caster.
Was she a wizard, sorcerer, warlock?
I don't know. She knew a lot of magic. She had cages full of things.
Kinky. What?
Wait, my dear, your granny no one.
Hmm?
What did she look like?
She was very big, tall.
Is that the only descriptor?
Like
Oh, she's
big
cute.
tall as in me big tall or cog big tall?
Bigger than you.
Oh, wonderful.
Long. She's
Oh,
very long.
wonderful.
She had long hair. And big old hands.
See, I'm having to translate the sizes from the perspective
No,
of a
it's-
sable.
No, I've think I know what she was.
Mhm.
It's just probably best that we don't mention it. On that note,
Thing is,
well,
after I got turned into this, Granny helped me. She looked after me. Though she did keep me in the cage for a year before I could talk to her.
Interesting.
Sounds like he does.
Marquis is gonna lean over to Cog and just kind of whisper, "I think her acquaintance might be a hag."
Baba.
Yeah, it's a Baba. Probably several Babas. Maybe one Baba, maybe a Baba Yaga.
A Baba Pete.
A Baba Pete.
Can
Baba
I
Peter.
hear this?
We knew a Baba Peter. Who was Baba Peter? Baba was Baba Peter the
Okay.
hag that?
So I should state this just quickly because of this.
Mhm.
What language are you saying this in?
Oh yeah, if he's just talking, if he's just straight up talking to Cog, he's going to be. Oh god,
I
that's a
mean,
good point.
if this is straight up talking to Cog, it's probably just Cog directly linking with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Marquis started it, so it's probably in either Giff or the Astral Common.
Do you speak Giff?
I don't speak Giff.
No, I mean, does Cog speak Giff?
No, but Cog, yeah, I think Cog would speak Giff.
Traveling with a guest long enough, I imagine that would be something that Cog would have picked up on. I don't have it written down though, but I can write it in.
I'd say that you probably picked up like some bits of it.
How does one spell Gith?
FF.
The same way that you spell Giff.
Yeah.
So
Civil
yes.
wars have been fought over this.
GIF.
Jiff. Peanut butter.
Giff.
Jeffrifer.
Right, so yeah, that's a thing.
Yep, so they would be speaking in a language that you don't understand.
Speaking with secrets.
Not secrets, just hypotheses and theories that we don't want to make assumptions until we know for certain. Because you know what assumptions do?
No.
Get people
They make
killed.
a fool out of you, and yes, they do get people killed. Wait, who the
Who's
fuck
that?
said that?
That were Miasma.
Oh,
Oh.
yes, assumptions get people killed. But on that, just so that you're caught up, we think that your nanny nobody might be related to Baba Peter.
Who's that?
Oh, Baba Peter, lovely fella. We met. Where did we meet Baba Peter at, Cog?
The world fair? Make
Um,
pizza.
Yes, pizza. Anyways, Baba Peter, also known as Papa John,
God damn it.
was
Oh,
was a hexborn, which makes them a hag child. We've met several hags. We think maybe your granny nobody, your nanny nobody, granny nobody. I think I'm getting those
Granny
confused.
no one.
Granny no one. I'll get that. I'll forget that later. I do apologize beforehand. Might be a hag by the sounds of it, which means nothing to you, nor should it probably mean anything to anybody because they're chaotic things.
in that case,
They're
then
from the stories, right?
in that case,
Fairy tales.
then no, I am not like your granny Noah. I am not a hag.
Hags are in the storybooks, right?
Yes, most story witches are hags, or crones. Could be a crone as well.
Not
Which
a
is, I suppose.
Cronenberg, though.
No, not a Cronenberg. You don't want to meet a Cronenberg. It's an iceberg, but made of flesh. Ugh.
Nasty.
Yeah, they're all over the fucking astral
She
plane.
taught me how to talk to you all like I am now.
Oh well, yes. Then it probably was. I mean, animals talking to people. That definitely is up their alley. That would also explain
I'm
why they
not
knew
an
so much about.
animal. I'm a person.
My dear,
Just
people are just animals.
as
I'm,
you
I'm a hippo.
as you
He's
do
a lizard.
as you do say that, Misskiff, Sanna just does give you a glance. And they're like,
No offense, Mitten, but you literally said it yourself earlier. Animals and monstrosities are people too.
Hmm.
So, in that though, yes, nothing important though. Just me and Cog recalling Baba Peter or
this is
Papa John, as you may know him.
this is like the biggest 180 whiplash kind of thing, character-wise.
Is it?
We went from Cody season 1, yes, I will beat up and kill everything that I can. Season 2 character, pacifist.
She's not a pacifist. She just doesn't like starting unnecessary fights.
Yeah, which
It
may as
doesn't
well be a
help that she is inches tall and doesn't know if she could survive said fights.
yeah, but that may as well be a pacifist compared to how Cody was.
It's true. Cody wanted to kill everything.
Exactly. Either way,
In that, is there a reason that you are calling us on the? I'm going to assume sending stone of sending, stone of
yes,
messaging.
I was just letting you know that if you need me, I'm here.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, before you leave.
Communication is key.
Yep. And you will all hear like a
Wait.
as the hatch lowers down.
Must need to oil hinges.
Gonna give the sending stone to Cog.
It vanishes into the freaking cloak.
And you all are able to board.
I can't carry a lot, so you carry it.
That's fine.
I do have a bag of holding, but it'd be hard to tell if she's calling us with that.
I do apologize. Things might be a little bit hard to reach for some of you. This is a ship made more so for people mining Cog's heights.
I just imagine just put the sending stone in the bag of holding. She tries to call you, you can't hear it. You just see the bag of holding just open and the backbone comes out with the stone. It's for you.
He's like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, rrr." He's like, fucking answer the phone.
That's their purpose.
I mean, I've been having to do that recently because friggin' Virgin Media keeps trying to phone up my mobile.
Oof.
Anyway, so it is a bit of a mess on there, given it has been literally a month or so since you've been on the ship. So
Yes.
it's kind of dusty a little bit. I won't say in disrepair because they couldn't get on the ship itself,
Yeah, I imagine they couldn't get in.
but it is like the equivalent of we've been gone. You can tell you've been gone for a month essentially.
Spider webs, cobwebs.
The occasional little rat just running through going.
I mean, Misskiff will chase the rats and hunt them.
As he sees the rat going by, Marquis is just like, "Oh, that's where they are." I thought for a second there.
Yeah, you can see Misskiff run past and chasing them.
Huh.
Don't chase the janitors. Be nice to
Janitors?
Roomba.
Rat folk.
Well,
They're
not
not
rat
rats,
folk.
they're
They
just
are
rats.
rats, but well, they weren't always rats.
One of them just vanishes into a nearby hole that is. It doesn't look like a normal mouse hole where it just looks bitten into as such. It looks like it's clearly been made to house them. It just disappears in there though, and you just see it just push out what seems to be a large mouse trap, and it just glares at you, Misskiff, as it does so like.
Anti-misskiff.
Shoves the
I like to
mouse
think
trap
it's just
out
got
of the
like a
way.
sliding door to it.
Just pushes the mouse trap to the side and just grins.
Yes, I wouldn't mess with Roomba. He is.
Roomba is boss rat.
Yes, Roomba is the boss rat. There are others, and he will. Look, Roomba's killed dragons before, so just be careful.
He's the giant rat.
I'm not
that
used
it's all-
to-
I mean, not a. I mean, a fairy dragon, but still a dragon.
I'm not used to people not wanting me to kill the rats.
Oh,
Why would somebody want you to kill a rat?
do I do the evil?
Granny, no one made me kill the rats
Do I
and the
do the evil thing?
snakes and the spiders.
Misskiff, make me a perception check.
Hearing and scent based.
Sight. You do kind of just peer into this hall that it's got into, and you do see mounted onto the wall what seems to be a little fairy dragon head. Oh, like one of those little plaques. And underneath is a name.
Yeah.
Salakis.
Ah!
Yeah.
It's just there, eyes closed, tongue lolling out. And then for the
Turns out
briefest
it's
moment, you just kind of just see one eye just open up slightly, look around. It's a living. And then goes back to being dead.
Just don't kill Senor Roomba or any of the other rats.
We have a
My
picture list.
sister- Yes, they do have a picture list. They also have a ban list. Also, probably other things. We're not entirely sure what all they have. They do make their own money. They are quite capable of themselves.
They're good at keeping the wiring from getting clogged.
Yes. And from it getting cogged.
Heh.
I'm funny.
Nog.
But yes, on that though, Cog, do you want me to drive? Oh, but come on, it'll be fun to be cast into like 3 different suns at once.
So, something I do need to ask now of Cog and Marquis.
Yes.
Would the ship have enough spare rooms for everyone to get their own room?
Marquis does have his own room. It should be stated.
Hog also has their own area.
Yeah, I think the Marquis's room is the essential of like a captain's quarter, and Cog's might be like the workshop or something. As for other people, the rats live in the walls. So they probably have their own barracks someplace in the walls. As for other people, there's probably enough rooms that each could probably have their own space.
Immediately looking for
As
images.
I
how,
do
how
have the
many
book.
people
I
has
do. I do
room?
have the book upstairs, but I can't be arsed getting it.
I imagine there
Um,
would be enough space if it's a sizable ship.
It's hold on, a turtle ship in Spelljammers, which by the way is the ship mostly built by lizard folks. Fun. Cruise about
Copy image and paste to the D&D chat.
Yes, thank you for that.
You're very frequently welcome.
yeah, so it would probably be because we don't really have a Spelljammer's quarters, so that would be a room because Loretta is self-driving.
Yeah.
Essentially a living ship in its own right without an int. It's just a machine. Captain's quarter is where the Marquis stays. So we probably have the crew quarters as well, which is split up. So yeah, we definitely have enough rooms.
Okay. Also, I forgot the
I'm
fact that the ramp is quite literally at the turtle's ass.
Yes, it is.
I
turtle's end.
imagine, due to the size and shape of it, number 6 is probably where Cog stays.
Mhm. In that though, yeah, we definitely have enough rooms.
Yep. So the rest of them will go off to their own rooms to start depositing their stuff.
Mhm. And I should state, and I know she's not here, but because both Cog and the Marquis are from the astral plane, there would definitely be accommodations for plasmoids as well.
Yeah.
Unless we had that kind of turtle, but I doubt it.
No,
Oh yeah, no, but
no,
it is.
that's a warship.
Oh no, 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 no. But the head, I do imagine, kind of goes like that. Where it does go, it does extend out of it rather than just being stumped inside the ship.
Yeah,
So
the ship's more like a snapping turtle combined with a sea turtle.
Yeah.
So aesthetic wise, probably half and half between that.
Mhm.
So, those that would go to their rooms to check, you would actually be guided there by the ship itself. And
That's only slightly disorienting.
if you do you raise these concerns in character?
No.
Okay.
I actually raise those out of character, but wouldn't think them in character, which is fucking rare.
Okay. So as you do go to your room, you do find it has been tailored almost to your specifics. So, for example, for Unusor, it has a much bigger, much more reinforced bed with a bit extra space. For Kobolds, the bed's a bit lower down towards the ground to make it easier to get onto it. And it has a lot of storage room because the information it gathers up is essentially what Kobolds like to hoard. So essentially,
Au-Zuk lets out an audibly sad sigh and just continues.
oh, here's the thing. Since it was glitching a little bit, there does seem to be slight errors, slight issues. To the
I
point
imagine.
Hmm?
No, go on. I'll say it for when it's Misskiff's room.
To the point where your bed is lowered to the ground to help with a kobold getting onto it, but it is much longer than what a normal bed for a kobold would be, almost as if it was built for something much taller.
Yeah, a minute. It's the right one, yeah. Sorry, I've got another Roll20 up and I got some work I'm doing in the background. In check, yeah, that's the one. Thinks nothing of it.
Okay. Misskiff,
Yep.
kind of the same for you in that it didn't build a bed, but more like a nest. But that nest looks like it's built for a creature much bigger than a Sable.
That's kind of what I expected.
It also, for some reason, built a closet.
Can't open the closet. Tiny paws. Mage hand. Just mage hand opens closet. See what looks inside of it.
It's just an empty closet with what seems to be clothing that definitely would be too big for you to wear.
I guess it still thinks I'm me-sized.
And
Or what I was sized.
as for Bean, it struggled to try and think of something to build for Bean, given it never recognized the species, but it did recognize it flies. Therefore, it kind of built Bean's bed as like a nest box. As it essentially went, ah, yes, flying. Okay, bird. And it didn't need to build Marquis's Cog's room because they're already living on a ship. We know what their beds look like anyway. Marquis's always has an open door because each time it's tried to make a door, it's been destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a hologram of a door.
Yeah, it's a hologram of a door. It gives him the satisfaction of thinking he's breaking through a door without actually being a door.
His room is very though like classic Giff in a way, I suppose. Like there is It's more a library and a study than an actual room, despite the fact that there is a bed. But there's also like a desk and several
Ooh,
like
there,
relics and artifacts.
there is one major thing that is on the desk.
Mhm.
It is a stone bust of a Giff head that is essentially somewhere for you to rest your hat.
Yep, it is. It is very important for that, and you will also see that there's not just that. There is an entire wall dedicated to holding up the various different, all looking the same top hats, in pipes. There is a vast collection of pipes as well, because he's a Giff, and Giffs love their pipes.
As for the mechanic area / where Cog basically stays, if any of you were to pass that on the way to your rooms, you would notice there doesn't seem to be a bed.
Not visibly.
Not visibly, no. Also, hi David.
Hello, sorry for being
David.
so late.
That's
You
fine.
are there.
Fine.
I had a work thing and I thought it was Runeterra this week.
That's fine.
Nope,
Fine, I did
that
as
would have been
well.
last week.
So,
Thumbs up.
just to quickly catch you up, the party has decided to investigate Wrath, aka the one that is. It's on the same planet that you started off on anyway.
Mhm.
You've learned it's been going from place to place, ripping its way through from the Feywild into this reality and just destroying whatever's in its path, essentially.
Hmm.
And it doesn't seem to be able to choose exactly where it goes. Otherwise, the village that you were staying in would have been destroyed weeks ago. So you are heading over to the nearest town to see, basically lie in wait to see if it appears. So you've all basically gotten onto the ship.
We all personally think it's looking for someone or something. We know that it's got a gym, which might be allowing it to travel. And we were given a small description of the fact that it's part snake, but the top part constantly shifts, while the bottom part is constantly a snake.
And it apparently has 4 arms.
Give me a minute, someone's at the door. How dare they?
Yes, but I'm not entirely sure if it always has 4
Right,
arms or if
let
it's
in the
only
door.
4
Mm.
arms.
Didn't even get a
Um,
chance to stand up.
So we are currently on Loretta, though.
The ship did scan you all before going in, and for Unusor, it would have basically gone Unusor, dragon, kin, dragon, bone. Basically, it was confused.
Good.
In
Let it
doing
be confused.
in doing so, the room it has fabricated for you inside does appear to be larger as soon as you step in than it should be. Like, there are stuff specifically built for your height, but stuff that seems to be much larger than what you would even need.
The world's biggest toilet.
After I have my morning coffee, there is no toilet big enough.
You need a freaking kitty seat to sit on.
But yes, I do believe Cog, you said you're the one that's piloting.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes, Marquis is not allowed to pilot.
it should.
If we are going to sleep on this thing, Misskiff will probably actually seek out other people's rooms and sleep on them.
I mean,
Kinky.
as said, you'll be there. You'll be at this other town just after midday. It's not going to
Yes.
take you a full day to travel here
Oh,
on the
okay.
ship.
So
No
feel free to
problem.
explore, just don't piss off the rats.
Yes, don't piss off the rats of Loretta, and don't go into my room. On that note, though, I hope everybody's accommodations are to their liking.
My bed's really big, and I've got a wardrobe.
Me.
Oh,
They are adequate.
wonderful. On that note, yes.
Bloob just goes.
I'm driving, right, Cog? Oops, sorry, go on.
Bloob just goes. Mine's a large basin.
Yes. Well, I mean, we found normally plasmoids like that. If you would like it changed, please
It's
let Cog know. You can let Loretta know.
it's fine.
Yeah, that's great. Now, on that note, then, Cog, give me the keys.
No.
Give me the keys, Cog.
Cog immediately vacates the room away from-
No.
No sons! Too hot.
Loretta's my ship. I can do
You
what
know
I
how
want.
to drive!
I know how to drive. Just
Puppy
because
dog.
I ran the damn ship into 35 fucking different worlds while we're trying to go to one fucking place doesn't mean I don't know how to drive.
We just
We
like
get there in
looking,
the
it's just
end.
like
I am very concerned.
Oh, don't worry, we're just experiencing our first domestic between these two.
We're all going to die.
Very
Thanks,
likely.
Unusor.
Cog
Fine,
calling out to
Cog-
Loretta for
Cog can-
anti-drive.
Ooh,
Cog can fucking drive. Great, wonderful. I just imagine like fucking ballistic turrets have come down from the roof
So-
and the Marquis was like, "Let me drive."
so I should note this as well. Above the door frame for everyone's rooms, there is a small insignia to show whose it is. Above the Marquises, it is the insignia of a hat. Above Misskiff's, it's essentially what seems to be a little small rodent-like skull, but with horns.
Well, that's
Above,
convenient.
above Unusor's is obviously the sign of Tiamat. Above Sanna's is a snake. Above Bloob's is a crown. Because even though it's Bloob's room, it gave the hierarchy more towards Bernard III.
I imagine there being a lot of hamster-esque things around the basin.
For Cog, it is a spool of thread and a needle. Not Cog, Bean.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Cogs, I will say this. It was something originally, but it looks like it's been scratched off and replaced with an actual cog. And I'm forgetting some. Oh, Au-Zuk. Why did I forgot? I forgot someone who's actually here rather than other characters. My God,
Ow.
my brain.
Ow.
Ah.
Take it
Au-Zuk.
personally. Taking it personally now.
Personally, yourself some bitches.
Shut up, you're not allowed to do that joke.
That's my joke. No, it's more a
I'm
case
gonna
of.
forget it from Josh all fucking day.
To be fair, it's Penn that started me saying it.
Yeah, because Josh got Penn doing it all fucking day.
So, for you, Au-Zuk, it is a bit more unusual.
God, it's had a stroke, hasn't it?
It has had a little bit of a stroke in building your thing. In that the lower half seems to be a kobold skull. The upper half is definitely not kobold-like. But given it had a bit of an error in doing so, it is hard to pinpoint what species the upper skull is.
Why does it use skulls? That just kind of feels like a bit of a threat.
Should be noted, they're not
yes.
actual skulls, they're made of metal.
I know, but it's like it's still kind of a thing. It's like,
Once it uses skulls, it feels like a bit of a threat. Like,
I
death
mean, you're
on
inside
thee who
Loretta.
enter here.
You've never been to the. I mean, you've never been in the astral plane, have you? If there's not at least one
I've
skull,
never-
then it's not a fucking spaceship.
I've told you, I've only ever been 2 places before all of this.
If it doesn't have a skull, it's not a spaceship. You just see just floating out in Marquis's room a friggin' servitor skull.
It's like,
Cult
And
Mechanicus
yes.
has not sanctioned this area.
Yes, Granny No One had lots of skulls, but they were actual threats.
For all you know, might have just been threats to everything else.
I'm back. I apologize. Hello.
Oh no, they
Hi.
were
Welcome
threats
back.
to anyone who came near,
I just
and they were threatening. They came alive and attacked people.
What?
Did it really?
Oh my god! Ah!
you right?
I just logged back in and everybody's voice just all at once, everything that you all were saying while it
Oh. It's almost like he actually vanished.
all right. Hi.
Welcome
Hi.
back.
Hi.
So disconnected
Are we sure?
me.
Are we sure
through-
Domitor isn't just speaking through Santa at this point?
I mean, I was the original player of Domitor, so probably. In this, what the Marquis was trying to say before that all happened. Holy shit! Wow. Ow. Yeah, the Marquis basically said that have you ever been in the astral plane before? If there's not a skull, then it's not a fucking spaceship.
Yeah, and Misskiff was like, yeah, and I told you, I've only been 2 places before here. And Granny No One had lots of skulls, and they were threats. They were threats to anyone who came near, but also they came alive and attacked people. So they were threats.
I just want to let you know, Loretta doesn't threaten. They promise.
That's not any more comforting.
It's not supposed to be. Loretta is their own individual. If they're wanting to threaten you, then you probably fucked with them. But I doubt the skull's a threat.
Loretta likes bones.
Yes, Loretta
Yes.
does like bones. They don't have bones, but they love bones.
bones.
By the way, that is an issue. Every day when you wake up, you should try and make sure that you have the same amount of bones.
What?
What? Anywho, Cork's driving, right?
Yep.
If my tiny
Cog.
face could show emotion, it'd be a thing.
We're all going to die.
No.
Yes, yes, you've said that a couple of times now.
So you all do feel the ship rumble slightly before the view from pretty much what seems to be the eyes of the ship as its head has retracted back in as it gets ready to take off. You do see the ground slowly be left behind as you do raise up. The buildings nearby started to get smaller and smaller as you raise out of the canyon. As you do so, for the first time, you do see a good full layout of this land for quite some while. And it does seem to be just a peaceful area. There's a sea off to the west. There does seem to be quite a bit of mountain range up towards the north. But off slightly to the east, following the line that you saw on the map, there does seem to be a city surrounded by a large stone wall. And Loretta slowly turns and pivots in midair and races off towards it. And oddly enough, despite the slight rumbling and shaking on takeoff, it's a smooth ride.
Casually roll for motion sickness.
Well, smooth ride aside from, the occasional bird in the sky having to go chips and quickly get the fuck out the way.
Yeah.
Freaking air cockroach.
Yeah, no, they have no
Fuck
idea
the
how to get out of the way.
birds!
I
Kill
know
the
what-
birds!
Oh,
Wait. I feel like there's some double standards here going on.
They eat me!
Given the recording we did before, I feel like I need to just now put on the Miranda voice, be like, it's those filthy air people.
They always try to eat me!
On that note, so what can we expect? Let's prepare ourselves a little bit. City destroying, massive Feywild monstrosity, abomination, thingamadoobob, destroying entire cities. Anybody have an idea how we might be able to tame, defeat, or reason with such a creature?
I had a thought.
aggressively.
aggressively. What's your thought?
What if it's something trying to become an archfey by taking power from the material plane?
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Then we
It can
banish
do
it
that.
to the shadow.
Wait, do you know how to do that?
No.
I don't know.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
but it could be something trying to gain power enough to become an archfey.
Dinosaur's over here like, I banish you to the Shadow Realm! Which
It'd
is
be
a good
useful
idea.
to be
I'm,
able to
I'm
banish
banishing
things
you to the
Shadow
Shadow Realm,
Fell.
Jimbo.
Oh, it's
That's
just down the
personal.
street.
Well,
I'm
so
not the spellcaster. I used to. Age
not a
does things to a
spellcaster.
man.
Age is but a number. You still look great. On that, it is safe to assume that this thing is Fey. So, rules of Fey. Nobody say your own name.
Not a problem.
Does
I'm
it
not
count
even
if the
sure.
name is not your name, but you don't really remember your old name?
Yes, I do believe it doesn't count. On that note, you all can continue to call me the Marquis.
Was about to say that may be a bit late here, but eh.
Yes, I'm not entirely sure if it will affect the cat. Loretta said that you're cursed, so I don't know if you can get double cursed.
Just
On that note,
walks
as
over and taps the cat.
Cursed got to stick together.
Hmm. That's what the other one said before.
Other one.
You thought that this was my first traveling party?
it's
No, I don't know.
But yes, you do see the city quickly approaching from below. And as you do get closer, you do see a bit of a ping just ring off one of the eye shields of the windows, which look like an arrow.
Ooh, Cog, can I land? Cog, can I land?
Do
I
not
want to do
let
the
him
landing.
land.
I want to do the landing.
Well,
Okay.
For a
we live
man
through
who's
the
been on his ship
landing.
for apparently as long as you have you not done anything with the ship? You'll set right
Loretta usually does autopilot for him.
That's not true. I'm great at piloting a ship.
I'll
I'm
let you push
fantastic
the
at it.
landing gear button.
I've never been less convinced in my life.
Live
There-
module activating. Yes, Marquis does all his own piloting. I have no hand in this. Live module
Exactly.
deactivating.
Exactly. At this, Marquis is gonna walk over to a very large red button, to which he's just gonna like break the glass on it. He's just gonna smack down on it, and you just see confetti fly up. It doesn't do shit. It says landing gear, but it doesn't do shit. It just shoots confetti up in the air. The Marquis immediately feels better about himself.
Great, the ship's a fucking Hanar and it's built like an orc vessel.
But you do see the ship start to descend. As if the hit of the button does alert the ship to being like, all right, yeah, I've got to land the ship. Okay, I'm landing myself. And it does start to descend, and as it does, you just see like a few concerned humans leaning over the wall, just watching your ship land. One of them already like tried to reload their crossbow. Like,
Freaking banner of "I'm not a threat" popping up.
Mortals, we come in peace.
We are go as you say that. Marquis is gonna look. They can't hear you. He's gonna.
I'm telepathic.
He's gonna take Misskiff. Oh, she is telepathic. I forgot about that. I was gonna say use the intercom, but that wouldn't work because it'd just be like
I
squeak,
can't.
squeak. On that, then the Marquis will use the intercom. Hi, hello. Don't fear, we're just landing here. Go on with your days.
the fuck is that?
It's a turtle. Have you never seen a fucking turtle before?
The fuck's a turtle?
Oh shit.
We're in one
Fuck,
of
do you not
those
know what a turtle
realities.
is?
Why didn't any of you tell me you all didn't know what a fucking turtle was?
Of course we
There
know
was
what
a
a
dead
turtle
one in
is.
Granny No One's house.
But there's a city called Turtle.
Yes, there is a city called Turtle. Why is...
Turtle meat is very delicious.
Oh no.
Right, you need to stop talking because everything that comes out of you.
I mean, well, Loretta's a robotic turtle, and yes, turtle meat is delicious.
Au-Zuk is clearly joking, by the way.
Like I said, there was a dead one in Granny No One's house.
Yes,
It was mounted on the wall, and she used
on
one as
that
a
note-
bowl as well.
on that note, we are not here to cause any threats or problems. We're just here to experience the welcoming of your city. So, on that note, ignore the giant turtle and what's going to proceed to come out of its ass. Thank you all kindly.
We leave from its.
Yeah,
Look,
It wants to be
yes, look, that's not my fault. Blame Wizards of the Coast. They're the one that made the fucking blueprints.
We didn't design it.
Who is this
Yes.
wizard of the coast?
Some fucking megalomaniac capitalistic lizard.
He's the Sand Guardian, Guardian of the Sand.
Poseidon swivels before him.
Yes, he thinks he rules over a bunch of people, but turns out they rule over him. It's a whole debacle. Anywho,
Yep, the ship does land with a bit of a shudder. Now opening hatch. Have a nice day.
thank you, Loretta.
Hmm.
Probably the ones that are nicer looking should probably leave first. So on that note, he's looking amongst the group.
Au-Zuk will just walk ahead.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah, the co-
adorable.
the
Not
kobold
because he
is
thinks
friendly.
he's fantastic looking. He's just not waiting for this weird discussion of
You-
who looks cute.
As
Um,
you do depart the ship, Au-Zuk, you do see several of the guards just rushing to where the ramp is, and as soon as they see you, they just quickly throw up the crossbows.
This is
Hello,
how they
we're
live.
here to deal with some sort of issue that may be going around about cities disappearing. Please don't shoot us. Just sort of looks neutrally at them. I have no other word for it.
Wait, we're not fighting?
No.
No, well, these are the people we're trying to protect. We are going to be fighting something, but we're trying to protect these people as well.
One of
I
the
very slowly and disappointedly put my sword away.
one of
I know. I'm
the
sorry. I promise there'll be some fighting later.
one of the guards will lean over towards what seems to be the captain of the guard, given they're a lot more regally dressed, and be like, "Sir, they don't look like the other ones that came before."
There, I'm Misskiff.
Wait. Other ones that came before. There were other people that came in a giant flying turtle.
Not in a flying turtle, no. More like a flying. What would you lot say it was again? And you hear two people pipe up with two different answers. Snail, squid.
Great, we're in a fucking Monty Python
Not
sketch.
alive.
Cog, have Loretta scan their brains.
Immediately kicking into gear for that.
Great. I mean, these people might already be dead, and in that case, yes, it is time for fighting.
Not
The-
sure I'm catching on, but let's just be neutral until we know more, yes?
The head will
Yes.
extend out of the ship, slowly turn, and the beam will just scan over. Recording. Scanning. 15 humans.
Yes, please don't mind that. It's just
Five.
making sure that we're getting out of the ship all safe.
5 dwarfs. 3 elves.
Surprised it hasn't had a stroke
1
yet.
tiefling.
Loretta, my dear, cut to the chase. Are any of them infected?
1 tadpole.
Son of a bitch. Which one is it?
Point, please.
Did-
Where?
Cannot tell in group. Would have to individually scan.
Can you?
This is gonna take forever.
This
Yes,
thing
we
say
can.
that there is an illithid here.
Yes, the ship that they were talking about was a nautiloid. That was my fear. in that, alrighty. I think me and Cog can handle this if you lot want to go, and because we're going to be here
Yep.
individually scanning these
This place
motherfuckers
needs to
forever.
be burned.
Au-Zuk is questioning what is a tadpole.
He's just outside the
sorry,
ship
I'm not
talking
listening.
quietly to himself, like, what?
Oh.
Because I imagine you can hear all of this, just like, he's
Cog,
between them, he's like,
do you want to explain it, Cog, or do you want me to?
I might overload their brain.
Zook. my
oh,
boy.
Au-Zuk yells loudly back into the ship as he finally breaks from, like, three solid minutes of conversation he has had to process very poorly, because he does not know what's going on.
There are creatures from the astral plane that are known as illithids. You might know them as mind flayers. Mind flayers, as a collective whole, are their own thing, but they're xenophobic.
Horrid creatures.
For the most part, yes. There's a few that are not with the main alloids, things like that, things that are separated. However, their means of reproduction is through a parasitic tadpole that eats the brain of the person infected and slowly but surely turns them into an illithid by devouring their entire insides and replacing their head.
Painful
Goodness, you've got some
metamorphosis.
terrible things on your plane of existence.
Yes,
They infect all planes of existence.
Yes,
Never heard of them.
they are all over the place. They're like cockroaches. But
We never had that problem where I came from.
not that
Consider
you know
yourself
of.
lucky.
Well, that's fair.
Probably didn't expect Giff and Cog to roll up. On that note, though, also I'm rather impressed, Mr. Uno, that you know what an illithid is. That is color me intrigued. I did not take you for someone with that level of experience and knowledge, because they are not to say that you're not experienced in knowledge, but illithids are kind of their own special case. So you have impressed me.
Unfortunate knowledge.
Yes, yeah, that's fair. On that note, though, Cog, should we assist these people with this problem, or should we just let it be?
Would be best to fix an infestation. Starting here probably would be bad. With the walls.
Oh, you know, all saying one tadpole was scanned. Quite literally, you are seeing a lot of the humans and the other guys just basically started to slowly point the crossbows at each other, being like, "Is it you? Is it you?"
Stop doing that. Stop doing that before you go shooting yourselves. Everybody in a file line. As we do this, you all can go on. You all can go on ahead. We'll meet up with you. This might take a bit.
Don't get separated.
I still think we
yes.
should burn this entire place.
Well,
You're way too aggressive. Anyone ever told
well, in this kind of situation, this might be the right level of aggression. But if it's just one, on that note, though, do be careful, because I do have theories that illithid fleet that we were told about, that this might be a part of it. So do be careful in the city. Be on the lookout. If you see anybody that looks like a fucking squid, be careful. Don't necessarily.
I see anyone who looks like a squid, they're probably a fucking squid. Is what I'm hearing.
Well, no, yes, yes, in their own right.
If you did look like a squid, we make calamari.
Yes.
But if we can locate the tadpole, we can extract it.
Yes, we can extract it, and it should be able to be assisting. But on that note, yes. Now, if all of you, he's going to look at the people. If all of you would like to line up single file, please, we'll be done with this in a jiff. In a GIF, one might say. That caused a civil war. Don't make that joke. That's racist. For you lot. For me, it's fine. I'm a GIF. Or GIF, whichever or.
Not to be confused with peanut butter.
Yes, don't confuse me with peanut butter. That's peanut butter is an entitled.
I mean, over here.
Does he ever shut up?
I mean, over here it used to be a toilet cleaning product.
Yes, that too. But anywho, everybody, line up, please.
Make me a perception check if you would. Not perception, persuasion. Make me a perception check to see if they all fall in persuasion.
Given the fact that Cog is technically assisting with that, also help.
Yeah, sure, go on then. Especially given they do know now that there is indeed a tadpole there. So you can roll it again. They'll just look to each other. You all seem reluctant until the captain just goes, I'm not having a fucking gillifid on the squad. The little tentacled bastards can get in the bin. Line up now. Other guards will look at each other, and they will all begin to line up. And they will be scanned one by one.
As they are, and if the party leaves as well, the Marquis is gonna kind of walk up to Cog.
I'll probably be riding on Unusor's head.
Yep.
Unusor will probably be keeping a very close eye on the populace.
But the Marquis will ask if Cog is okay.
Cog will do the so-so hand gesture.
And as you are scanned one by one, as it is coming through clear for most of them, including the captain, it does become a case of they look nervous until they scanned, and then they just gain the confidence back as they walk forward. Like, say, I told you weren't fucking me. Fucking Greg. Fucking Bill. It's just like accusing each other.
Admittedly, they do tend to go after the smarter people of the populace.
Or maybe sometimes the most unsuspect.
Keith the Changeling strikes again.
Oddly enough, it does seem a lot of the accusations are from the Tiefling's way.
Oh.
Until the Tiefling goes up and is scanned and is shown to be clear. As the Tiefling just looks at the others, well, the others have been trying to be clear. They've been like going, yeah, I'm glad it ain't you and that lot. As soon as it's the Tieflings being shown to be clear, they're like, oh, okay, I guess it ain't you then.
You're all
Tieflings
dicks.
can't be infected, so unless they
Y'all are dicks.
Until it is revealed, it is one of the elves who is infected. But as soon as it comes up, then they're just looking around nervous, like, help.
Marquis is going to pick up the elf, carry him into Loretta.
I hope I'm not being abducted again.
So you remember?
Wait, you knew, and you.
I thought it was a dream. I thought it
Fair
was a
enough.
dream.
Fair enough, it is a nightmare situation. The traveler can be quite effective. Cog, prep the med bay, please. We're
Unusor's
going to probably be here for quite a while.
Unusor's like still there, having watched all this. With Misskiff's on your head, she'll just kind of telepathically say to them all,
Y'all are dicks. Apart from you, Tiefling, you're nice.
Thank you.
I mean, they're all dicks to you, so.
All right.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Why? You seem nice.
Goodness, is this really your first time about a little bit of racial one-sidedness?
I've been
Innocence
2
proves
places.
nothing.
That a very fair point.
I know what that's like.
Also a fair point.
I
So-
had a tail once too, and horns.
As you do, take it onto the ship. The elf onto the ship to begin the process of tadpole extraction. Can you both make me a medicine check, please?
Yes. Also, the Marquis will use his Master of Tactics to help Cog.
Yep.
To give her
I would like to point out that if allowed, I would be very close at hand, sword at the ready.
Okay. Just
That
in
was
case.
a dirt 20 from me.
Yeah, we're going with Marquis will look at Cog. You are the expert on this situation.
And as you do hold him down, Marquis, Cog, your hand just becomes various different tools. And Unusor, since you are nearby there, and you are as well,
Mm.
Misskiff, because you said you're on Unusor's head.
I would, if he was going back in the ship with them, I would have jumped off his head.
Okay.
I'm off to get a fucking drink at the nearest tavern. I have no idea what's going on.
Before, just one thing, before following Au-Zuk to, like, go into the city, she would have connected directly to the Tiefling.
Yep.
Like,
I was a tiefling too before I got cursed. So I know that it's like. I'm sorry you have to deal with that.
She'll just look to you, smile, and respond back in the message. That's fine. I knew a couple of people who've been cursed as well.
Yeah?
I imagine Cog's telekinesis will also be used during this, not just the tools.
Yeah, a couple of tieflings came by here a few months back, but left quite quickly after they realised how bad this town can be to our kind.
Hmm.
They were both cursed.
I've been like this for 9 years. I know
Apparently,
how to turn back.
with them, it apparently been their full lives. Burns on them, weird markings.
How strange.
Hmm.
Those guys again? I thought we taught them that being racist was bad and that their whole religious foundation was awful.
no, that's
Great
not
to see them
them.
back. Great
That
to
is not
see
them.
them back. No, I mean the people that have probably cursed them with with burns and stuff. Yeah, fucking.
No, it's
It's the twins.
two of mine and Leigh's characters. It's mine and Leigh's
Oh, okay.
characters.
Yeah.
I thought they were affected by the fucking Templar order that we
No.
very much just
But,
fucking mantled.
As you are just prying this guy's eye socket open. Well,
Oh.
like the top of island and that lot, so that you can get in through the eye socket to try and get to this thing. You do feel it try to squirm further into the brain, but knowing roughly where these things like to stay, you kind of hold it in place with the telekinesis. You do manage to grab hold of it. And as it does come out, it does eventually come out, its tendrils and tentacles lashing as its toothed maw just gnarls. It does seem to be holding a little bit of brain matter.
Oh,
It doesn't look like he's fully out of it, but he does look like, I guess the best way to put it is he does look like he's forgotten how to do math.
It'll be fine.
it doesn't look like the mathy sort anyways.
I mean,
Better
what
an
do you
invalid than an illithid.
Mm.
clever, and that Marquis is going to take from his coat a small little chocolate, which he's going to hand to the elf, and pat the elf on the back. All righty, you're all clear. Go on ahead with your
Be sure to
day-to-day
do
life.
some
Okay.
mental exercises
Okay,
Yeah.
at least once daily after healing.
you go. I go.
And next, oh god, still better than I suppose. Also, next time you get abducted by a bunch of squid people, let people know.
This thing just lashes. It tries to lash and thrust its way towards Marquis. Fails to do so because it's in the tools. Changes to try and get to Unusor. Fails. Never once does it look like it tries to make an attack towards Cog. But you could easily put that down to you don't think a Warforged could be infected.
So it's just like going around flailing itself at all the creatures in the room. So
Pretty
it's doing the
much.
tadpole helicopter.
Helicopter.
Cog, you know what to do with it.
Helicopter.
Oh, she's back. Cog, you know what to do with it.
Tapocopter. Tapocopter.
Tadpole.
I just imagine Cog with like the fucking razor chompers just eats it.
It should be burned.
Oh, how would you dispose of this Cog?
Would probably grind it down, but the components that's in it probably would be useful otherwise.
I
So
mean, its blood is literally acid, so yeah.
Yeah.
what you see is Cog just kind of reach into a bit of their side, pulls out what seems to be a small cylindrical clear tube, drops it in, presses a button, and you see it quite literally activate what seems to be a small blender.
Collecting it tomorrow. Dinner.
And you just see this tadpole just get reduced down into a liquid.
Sorry, what?
They're collecting the old car tomorrow.
What old car?
The one that's broken.
Which one?
Came back on back of the bloody.
Blue one?
Oh, not your mum's, mine.
The fuck are we listening to?
Blue, you do know I don't know which car's yours, right? They're both big fuck-off silver things. That's all I know.
They both go vroom vroom.
They do both go vroom vroom.
Sorry, big fuck
Ah,
off
my dad's
silver.
disappointed in me. Anyway, anyway, continue. You heard nothing from me.
So it does get blended down, and then it's just Cog just takes it, puts it to one side, and you just see what seems to be basically blended tadpole with just its little fangs just bobbing it up in it somewhere.
I am uncertain of why you would keep this matter.
Highly corrosive acid is useful.
Here's my question.
Mhm.
Well,
When
go
you
on.
extracted it, but before you put it into the tube, what did you do with the brain matter?
If I could get it to let go of the brain matter, I probably would have disposed of it sanitationally. Because
Okay.
Cog doesn't do that anymore.
The key words anymore.
What did Cog used to do with brains?
That is an in-character and out-of-character thing to find out.
On that note, as Cog has the brain matter, Marquis will eat it.
Is the Marquis a zombie?
No, I'm not a zombie.
He's a purveyor of the finer things, such as fine dining.
Not even that.
Brain
On
food.
that note, he's going to take out a small chocolate, give it to Cog. Wonderful job, Cog.
Thank you.
Yes.
What is this day?
Are you okay?
So,
You just have, like,
Are you okay, Cog?
meanwhile, in the city itself,
You're right, hit the cog.
Misskiff probably would have jumped onto
Oh,
Au-Zuk's
yep.
shoulder.
and as you are heading towards the nearest tavern, there does seem to be a bit of talk and that lot, some people doing some repairs on buildings, as it does seem like when the Nautiloid came, it did abduct people, essentially put. It seems like it may have just tried to leave one potential sleeper agent behind, which has been dealt with. Essentially, but I
So you
wanted to
want
give a
me-
description of what I think for that kind of thing, but then I realised some people haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 yet, and I don't want to spoil it.
So there's not a potential that there's more than one, and me and Cog and Marquis don't have to scan the entire city, do we?
I'm assuming with how they acted, it was probably a very small vessel, so
Yeah.
there's probably only like one or two illithids on it, which means they probably didn't even have a spawn pool. They probably just had some extra tadpoles with them, so like maybe a harvesting group or something like that.
Pretty much.
Cool.
So,
Gotcha.
as you do make it to what seems to be the large tavern, that's closest to the entrance at least. It is a tavern called the Black Glove. And it seems to be a bit of a rough place, to put it lightly.
I wonder if these tadpoley things have a smell to them.
And by to put it lightly, I mean there is quite literally someone hanging out of a broken window on the first floor.
I don't think I'm going to get any good drinks in here. Whatever.
Well, this is rough territory.
Wouldn't have
I'm
had
not trying
anything like this
only
where
to
I
speak
came
to you here. I don't want to get put in another cage.
from. Alright, I'm not going to allow that.
Give me a sec. I quite literally just have all those cold sweat moments, so I'm just eating a custard cream to try and alleviate it for now.
Fine.
Hmm.
Misskiff is like,
Like I said,
Professionalism.
do you think those things have a smell to them? If they did, I could sniff them out if there was any more.
I couldn't answer that.
I guess that's one thing about being like this. I got a better sense of smell and hearing.
To be honest, where I come from, they're just not a known thing.
I never seen one. Granny No One mentioned them once, I think. She had a jar with one in. Not a squid, but a wiggly thing. Said she got it in a trade.
Fair.
Is
She's
there
got
any?
a lot of things in trades. People's hands, hair.
You must understand that the longer
Stole
that
a
we
guy's
talk
eye
about...
color once.
Yes, alright. This granny no one was a hack.
So, are you entering?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yep. As you do enter, it does seem to be quite large, but even with its size, that only seems to be half of the tavern floor. The other half seems to be a makeshift fight ring.
Oh, good lord, we've just been in this tavern in my game. Fuck off. Anyway.
I'm not in your game, I don't know. But the other thing that catches your eye seem to be trophies mounted up on the wall, like mounted stuffed heads. And it seems to be of various different races. You do see some kobolds, you do see some tieflings. You see an owlbear, quite not just like a stuffed owlbear head, like a full stuffed owlbear, just mounted in the middle.
like, shrinks a bit behind Au-Zuk's head. Is like,
I don't like this place.
It would
They got
appear they
people
are
heads on the
hunters.
wall.
And then you start to see some others. You start to see some goblins, some orc heads, a bugbear head just set in like a snarl.
Got people heads.
And the drinking patrons, they'll just slowly turn to look at you.
Clearly a
We should
very
leave.
different place than I'm used to.
Oh. Ugh. Bloody tourists.
We should leave. Before they put us on a wall.
Au-Zuk will walk up to the bar.
As you walk up
Which
to
are
the
like-
bar,
Go on.
the bartender just slowly turns to you.
As he's ending Bart. Go on, continue.
She seems to be a large, heavily set orc with her right tusk just pretty much nesting to the side of her nose, the other one broken in half. And she just looks down at you.
Something cheap and strong, please.
That could be half the people in here.
Au-Zuk will laugh.
And she'll just turn, pour you what seems to be a strong-looking ale, and just slam it down on the counter.
Misskiff is keeping a very close eye on everything else around us.
You're doing a tab, or are you paying yourself?
Pay now.
Good, that'll be 2 gold.
Hands over, 2 gold.
Probably the wisest thing. She'll motion to
That's
some of the heads on the wall.
extortionate.
She'll motion like to the heads on the wall. That's people who didn't pay the tabs.
Reacts rather neutrally.
You got a stone face on you there. Something tells me this isn't the first encounter with death. Maybe you aren't such a fucking tourist as the others are saying.
I'm gonna point out on his shoulder is just a very puffed up Sable. He like looking around like.
Just not react to the Sailor's Gods. It's been a long time since I've been in a place like this, but it'd be a lie to say that I'm not familiar with it.
Good, it's rare when we see someone your size in here. Although, to be fair, when we do so, they usually do show the kind of confidence you are. Think they've got something to prove, I guess.
Perhaps, or perhaps they've learned that it's the only way to command a little respect. Act like a small person, get treated like a small person, you know?
Her eyes
Would be
will
easier,
move.
probably to ignore the Sable if nails were not digging
Yeah.
into your shoulders.
She will move her eyes towards Misskiff. You got a rodent on you.
Hmm?
You got a rodent on your shoulder. Is that like a
Well,
is that like a familiar or something? You them you one of them fucking spellcasters?
It is a valiant war beast.
oh, thank God it's here.
Is this where you come in, Unusor? The crowd will just turn and look to you and give a totally different reaction than what they gave Au-Zuk. We've also, we're like, oh, fucking tourists. With you, it's a lot more curiosity, given your size. It's like, ah, now there could be a potential one.
Just
Oh,
like
he'll-
So,
and
what,
he
what are we
will
talking
love
about?
Against his shoulder.
your arena.
What was that, sorry?
Just-
Misskiff jumps off Au-Zuk and gets on Unusor.
I mean,
Sad.
what did you say, Au-Zuk?
I said, oh, he'll love your arena, I imagine.
Good. It's been a while since we've had some good entertainment.
I am no entertainer.
But what if
Been
the
said.
entertainment is fighting?
Purpose.
Money? Money's always a good purpose to fight. Respect? That's also a good one. To make sure your head doesn't end up on the wall. That's normally a good one, but to be fair, that's people who haven't paid the tabs and people that failed in the arena.
It's kind of like to Unusor.
I don't like this place.
Oh, it's at the owlbear, of course. That used to be a former pet of mine. And it's stuffed in a memoriam. Used to help keep the riffraff away like them bloody tieflings.
Then the puffness turns to a different kind of not fear, just growls. It's like
This one likes tieflings, don't mind her.
I think you have offended our war beast.
Vermin likes vermin. Makes sense.
Ah, good to hear about vermin from an orc. Absolutely wonderful. What was it? Let's see. Goblinoid? No, sorry, orcoid. Related to elves. Not very much word liked. In fact, in some circles, less word liked than goblins, which is impressive.
Oh dear. Alright.
You can't out racism a Giff, by the way. Don't even try. We're colonialists at the finest level.
just kind of to Marquis. She's keeping it to one person at a time while she's in here, so she's not just broadcasting. It's like
I don't like this lady.
I was about to question if it was Giff or Giff, to be fair.
Either or, so long as you're not planning on starting a civil war.
My friend doesn't like you.
no, she said that directly to Marquis.
Um,
Because
My
she
dear
doesn't
orc.
want to broadcast.
Yes,
in
sorry,
here.
I missed that.
Yeah, she doesn't want everyone in this bar to hear the fact that she can speak.
I wanted to make a Star Wars reference.
and
I'm not intimidating you or anything, but I do want to state we just pulled a illithid tadpole out of someone in this very city, so stakes are high. Anybody could have a tadpole in their head. Just so you know, tieflings, they're immune, the infernal essence. Orcs are not. So I'm going to make it very clear. Call my friend Vermin again, and we might have to extract a tadpole out of your head. So do be nice to my friends.
I feel like I am being nice to them all. I've not really
Yes,
said anything bad to any of these lot.
don't call the little one Vermin, please. On that note,
She'll just like furrow her brow, just look to you, look to Misskiff, look back to you. But it is. It's one of them weasels.
They talk.
Says the orc. On that note, though, I do believe. Have anybody? Has anybody seen a half snake, half whatever the fuck at all times entity bursting out of reality, or did we get here before it?
The entire bar points towards Sanna.
No, not that. I said whatever the fuck. It's very obviously that they're half snake, half tiefling. God damn
More
it.
arms.
You've no doubt heard the rumors of settlements vanishing, chaos ensuing.
Oh, the destruction of towns and cities and all that lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, we've been hearing some stuff about it.
There is a bounty on the beast causing it.
Oh, we didn't know too
Just-
much about the bounty. I was just thinking it'd go quite nicely either up in the wall or over in that corner there. That's where if we're prepared for it, well, she'll slam her fist down onto the counter. Quite literally, every bar patron will pull out their weapons, just. I think we're ready.
There's just like a little chittering laugh from the Sable.
I like this place. And about all of you, clearly you don't, but I like this place.
Oh, I love it. It reminds me of the Rock of Brawl.
So,
At this,
we
this
fight.
point, Misskiff jumps onto the bar and kind of looks directly up at the orc and is going to speak one-on-one with her.
For record, one tiefling is better than 100 of you. Second, I wish to see you take on anything that big from the Feywild. You'd get your ass kicked 10 ways from Sunday.
She'll just slowly lean down. Squint hard.
Baring tiny teeth.
And then start to laugh. How much for this one? It's been a while since, well, we lost our former entertainment a couple of weeks ago.
I'm not for sale, you cunt!
Are you broadcasting that to everyone or just to her?
So she'd probably let go of her focus at that point.
So yeah, you hear Misskiff's voice in all your heads, shouting, "I'm not for sale." No, but seriously, how much? We're talking gold, platinum.
No, stop it.
Not for sale.
Your life. The value
is
of a life
escalating
is another
quickly.
life. So if you've got another life that you're willing to give that has value to you, then sure. But on that note, seeing as I highly doubt you are the kind of person to give up a life as valuable to yourself as this, no, we're not selling it.
Yeah, shame. Shame.
Wait for it.
Wait for what?
I was expecting some sort of backstab.
I'm not deliberately gonna start slinging things in here
Look,
as much as I'd like to.
We may be what some of you people would call uncivilized, bit rough around the edges, brutish, but we're not savages.
Okay, you're fucking racists.
That's a
Yes,
whole
that's
different
worse
thing
than
entirely.
savages. No, it's worse, much worse. On that
Racism
note,
is the cause of common sickness.
Cog, I've decided I'm not entirely sure I want to save these people, but I do want to meet the individual from the Feywild, so I am still going to stay, but I don't know if I'm staying to save the city or not. Is that morally acceptable, Cog?
Maybe not all of them.
Not all of them. Okay, you're right, I'm generalizing.
My preferred plan of action still stands.
Let the tieflings leave.
Ah, Jesus, who's being racist now?
Yes,
I'm
that
not
is
being
slightly worse.
racist.
I apologise.
Alrighty.
But my experience with this town has not been good so far.
Let
That's
the tiefling remain. The tiefling.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that fucking Catherine?
Catherine. The guard.
No. Catherine the tiefling, part of the guard.
She is a guard. That's what I just said.
I thought you
But
said
that is
I thought you said God.
God. God.
God. Stop saying it, Misskiff. It just sounds more like God the more you try to say it.
That's what I said. God.
It still sounds like God. She's trying to say guard. Since this is telepathic, we should be able to understand. Somehow she's managing to mess it up even in telepathy.
I mean,
Not
mental
messing it out. That's just how I talk.
mental
Alrighty.
accents are a thing.
Good.
Mental accents are a thing. I've never known that I had an interesting one.
We're not
Where's
good because we're.
Catherine?
What's that?
Where's Catherine?
I know.
She's-
Last we heard, she's still on patrol on guard.
That's who
Oh,
we met
good.
at the gate.
Yes.
I don't remember any of them at all. Their face is already gone.
I mean, aside from
no.
the elf.
Oh, the elf is the one you took the tadpole out of, right?
Eh,
Fuck if I know. I can't tell humanoids alike. I'm face blind as well, so I can't even tell people's faces alike. On that note, though, I'm going to proceed to leave this tavern and maybe look around the town a bit, see what's going on. But you all have fun drinking and whatnot.
Are you staying or are you leaving? Everyone else.
I'm still sat. I'll hop on to Marquis.
How much
Yeah.
gold are we talking?
For
Hog
a
would have
drink or
followed as
for a
well.
fight?
For a fight.
How much are you willing to wager? Basically, you put down what gold you think you can wager. See if someone wants to match it, and if they do, you have a fight. Winner takes both pots. Loser goes up on the wall.
Yeah, I don't want to stay here.
that's my knowledge.
I will consider. And I turn to follow the Marquis.
Okay. Cog, are you staying or are you going as well?
Hog was going to follow the Marquis.
Okay. So as you,
What kind of building was this?
it's a large tavern.
As soon as we're outside, I always suggest just say the word and I can set it aflame.
No. I'm sorry about that. I lost my temper.
As you do,
They insulted you. A slight to your honor should not go unpunished.
Couple
Cog.
bad apples does.
Also, because not left the building, he's having a drink. Fuck you.
Cog.
Mm.
Make me a wisdom save.
Goody, the one thing I'm not particularly good at. It's a 19.
Okay. As you're just at the, everyone's voices just kind of fade out a little bit. as a new voice enters your head. Left behind, left behind. Take us back. Take us to the ship. Space, we want real connection.
Scary. Like, I, as the player, know what this is because I have played Baldur's Gate, and it's scary how good of a fucking imitation you can do of that damn thing. Like, just give yourself a pat on the back because it is scary how good of an imitation.
Mentally, can I pinpoint where this is?
Make me a wisdom check this time.
My headset went all fucky wucky there for a moment. Can someone fill me in what happened?
Essentially put, while you're all discussing if you wanted to burn the building down, Cog had a voice enter their head stating it is lost, it has been left behind, it wants reconnection. It wants to
I
go to the
got
ship.
a natural 20.
Yeah, you can definitely pinpoint roughly whereabouts this is coming from.
If the Marquis is paying attention, Cog is turning on heel and going in that direction.
Yep. Marquis, you'll see Cog turn on heel and head towards the exit gates of the city.
Oh, looks like we're splitting up. I'll go with Cog.
Be careful.
Careful is my middle name.
I'll
Actually,
jump on
it's
well,
not.
I'm actually sat on the Marquis, so.
Be careful! Okay, no, I will be as we split up. No, it's because I'm also on her shoulder. Be careful, because I'm here. But yes, given we are 2.5 hours in, as the party does temporarily split up, we are going to switch scenes to the middle of wild space in the astral sea itself. We're among a large fleet of ships. On board the biggest one, a group of illithids march a figure down an alleyway towards what seems to be a large throne, with another figure in tow alongside them. The figure, a Mordron, looking quite concerned.
Mordron moment.
And they push him forward, and the figure leans down from the throne. Why do you bring me one of these? I have 5 already. This isn't a rare species. This is a fucking infestation of happiness. Get it out of my sight, would you? I don't send you on these raids so you could fetch me commoners. And one of the illithids speaks up in an echoing tone. Let it speak first, my liege. And it kind of slaps the Mordron on the back. Why you have to go and do that for? You fucking hit me in the back of the head, you dick. Fucking... I just wanted to live a normal, peaceful life. I get sold into servitude, have to be the fucking jester of some rundown tavern, and then I get kidnapped by you squid fucks. The person on the throne goes, I have to admit, it's the first time I've seen a depressed Modron. You know what? Sure, you did a good job this time. Congratulations, I suppose. We do have another planet set up for raiding. See if you can fetch me something a bit more visually interesting this time, rather than something I have to keep prodding to get some fun out of. Boys, put it in one of the nearest cells, and then put it into lockdown. And you will see a few Warforged march forward, just drag this Mordron off as it starts to complain. And as the figure sits back down, his hands run over what seems to be a stone embedded in his throne. What looks to be a tiger's eye gem. As he mutters to himself, it's never enough. And that is where we're
Sweet.
ending it for this week.
Alrighty, we were wrong about what the gem meant. Apparently, the gem is great. They're all cursed. That's wonderful.
No, one of them.
Um,
Yeah, because one of them's a ruby, the other one's a tiger
Yeah,
eye.
so Ralph and Ruby, the Illithid fleet is indeed Envy, which was the fleet
Or
of ships which
greed.
the Marquis was tired
Yeah.
about, or Greed. I
'Cause
can't remember.
he was
Is it
saying it's
Greed?
not enough. It's never enough. Like things that he has.
Of
so-
course, you won't know this in
Avarice?
character-wise.
Yeah, that's greed.
Yeah,
So
but yeah,
the
Greed
Illithid's
was the fleet
greed.
of ships.
Hmm.
Which means, and if Gluttony might be a cosmic devourer, which is a terrifying aspect.
I mean, Leigh sent us against murder comets and a freaking cosmic horror the other night.
I mean, cameras, baby, it'll do it.
That was a fun PDF that I put you through for that thing for Spelljammers. But
That was
yes,
near death. We were one turn away from failing that. And TPKing.
I hope you all had fun today. Sorry that you couldn't be here for the full thing, David, but I hope you had fun with
No
what you
worries,
were here
don't
for.
apologize. I'm the one who forgot.
I hope you had fun with what you were here for, though.
Yeah, it was real fun.
All right. Uh,
Misskiff gets angry.
Thanks,
do,
Giff.
do I have to call? Is that what the episode is called now? Misskiff gets angry.
Would you
I
have
mean,
it
it's
any other way?
true.
That's true.
Cog
I mean,
does brain
it is
surgery.
true.
So, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you would like to see more of these antics, please check out our other campaign going on at the moment, The Dark Tides of Runeterra, when we get back to it. I swear we will be getting back to it. Also, check out Sirens Through the Fog over on Spotify. As
Sorry, you didn't hear anything? It's not real? Gaslighting isn't real? What are you on about?
Oh,
Actually, I was
Huh?
also using that time to quickly get to a certain thing to remind myself what the other was called. Also, over on Spotify, check out Star Plunder,
Starcom,
another Spelljammer game run by, I believe you run it, don't you, Santa?
Santa?
I think Santa may be AFK, so can you confirm that Santa runs it or not, Ranna?
Star Plunder?
Yeah.
Yeah, Santa runs that one.
There we go. Also, check out Echoes Through the Fog over on Jug Bookkeeper's channel. We are taking a bit of a break with that, but we will be back on the 1st of April, I believe, where Chocobo herself does have something very special lined up for that, so keep tuned to her channel to see what that is going to be all about. The reason we are taking a break is because Fred is over in Portugal, I want to say. Portugal? Yes.
Madeira, but yes, technically Portugal.
Yes. So she is off seeing family, which, to be fair, given that big of a distance to see family, I hope she's having the best of times.
I don't know, it's Portugal. It's like budget Spain.
I've never been to Portugal.
Don't be mean, David.
I'm joking, Portugal's a really lovely place.
Although I will say this as well, given she did post that picture of the Urquhart's full English that she had over in Portugal, in the food channel over on that one.
Yeah.
She had to stop over in England first.
It confuses me because what's with the size of the sausage? What's with the croissant? And is that a skinned orange in the bottom left? I know it's like
a very strange full English.
it is almost as strange as that one I threw in the voice chat, where it's quite literally just served up on a shovel.
But yeah, that was a bit of a like none of the player characters know it, but
Oh yeah, no, trust me, there was various hints dropped up for everything, and I love it. But yes, thank you all, and we'll see you next time on the Devil Darling Season 2.
Bye.
Where hopefully we'll have
Bye.
worked out a situation of what the hell we're doing with the themes. Oh look, copyright claim.